Hi Jason, this is my question for you. With the uprise of technology in today's modern society, do you see a disconnection starting to form from reality? I would also like a professional opinion on funding a startup focused on living in the now. Essentially, this would be a pathway to better living, mindset, and health. This could be achieved through a variety of mediums, but some of the ideas that I have would be podcasts, books, and seminars. What do you think?
Okay, I'm trying to understand the question. I think the question is around people becoming a little disconnected from reality, maybe a little bit too into their computers and their devices. There's definitely a trend there, right? And the trend is going to increase. So when you see kids out at dinner with their parents and the parents are on their phones and the three kids are on their iPads, it's very easy to look at that and say, hey, something's been lost. People are not talking with each other. And it's true. When I play poker and everybody's on their phone playing poker while we're playing poker, I find it a little bit annoying. I wish that at my poker game and that at dinner, everybody would just stack their damn phones in the middle of the table and be present. I have worked very hard in my career on being present for my family, for my friends, and for the team members I work with. But nobody's perfect, right? The allure of what's happening on your phone is great. In fact, there is a 100% certainty that there is something more interesting and fascinating, funny, sexy, intelligent, inspiring, infuriating on your phone right now than anything that I could say to you, which means you should shut this program off, right? I mean, that is the God's honest truth. On a statistical basis, with a billion people online, way over a billion people, there's always going to be something more interesting going on. So you have to decide for yourself, do you want to chase the quick hit, the dopamine rush of whatever the trending thing on Twitter or Facebook is, and the quick pop of whatever email is more important than the person that you decided to make a goddamn dinner reservation with, or not? I think everybody comes to a conclusion at a certain point in their life, if they're self-aware, that they are missing something by not being present with other human beings and developing real relationships with them. Some people, it takes them decades of their life, and this predates literally anything to do with technology. I mean, people used to do this with books or comic books or movies or music. People get obsessed with things and they lose their humanity, they lose their relationship, they're not present. But to every time the pendulum swings, it swings the other way. There is a counter. Mindfulness is becoming huge. So I'm an investor in a company called Calm.com. I practice mindful meditation myself, and many CEOs do, many basketball players do, a lot of heads of state do. Why? Because you need to slow down in order to speed up. You need to create extra cycles and space in your brain, in your consciousness, in order to be a peak performer. So I can tell you at the poker table, if you're playing a poker hand in between poker hands, you may be missing out on some time with your friends. You may also be missing out on becoming a truly great poker player. You need a little bit of headspace. You need a little bit of space for your mind to consider possibilities. So in our launch incubator, I insist during our talks that no devices be out. And I am militant about it, not only with my incubated companies, but also with my staff and also with myself. My staff is there, and it's very easy for the camera operator, the AV person, or a sales executive who's at the launch incubator when there's somebody speaking to look at their phone. And what I tell everybody is, take the 40 minutes to listen to the speaker fully. Give them your full attention. And then enjoy the fact that nothing is interrupting it, because in boredom comes inspiration. In boredom comes solutions. That's why people say, I'm in the shower and I had a great idea, or I went for a walk, I had a great idea, or I was doing nothing with my spouse or significant other and I just had a magical moment when we were just sitting there looking in each other's eyes. I don't mean to get all sentimental on people, but this is the God's honest truth. I've worked on this myself in my life because I wanted to be present. And when you have a kid, I got a beautiful daughter, and I wanted to be present for her. So now when I take her to breakfast, sometimes I leave my phone behind. I leave a little note for my wife. Here's where I'm having breakfast with London. I'm going to walk on this path. It's incredibly old school. I tell her the path I'm going to walk to go to our breakfast place so that I'm not even tempted by the damn phone. I want to have those moments in life, and you should want to have them too. So to build products and services around it, great. Movies, events, yeah, these things all exist. What I would encourage you to do is look at what Calm.com did and consider things like that. Or maybe there's an online, offline thing you can do, but certainly it is a space that is growing and that is important. And with VR, if you haven't used VR yet, or AR, augmented reality, virtual reality is when you put the headset on and you go into another world. Augmented reality is when you put the glasses on, you see your world, but information, pixels are put on top of the world. So you're looking at the world, and then above somebody's head, it says how many followers they have on Twitter and if you're connected to them on LinkedIn or not. It's really crazy, scary stuff. That's going to divorce us from our humanity and give us another level of distraction. You just have to choose. I'm not going to be distracted. I'm not going to lose myself in those places. I'm going to balance it out. There is opportunity in those other places as well, though, as we all know. Hey, listen, if you could do virtual reality, and instead of going to a history lesson and watching a movie or reading a book, both are valid mediums, but to be able to like be on the beach at Normandy when things were happening, or to walk through, the launch of, or landing on the moon, your understanding to be able to walk around the moon landing and look at an accurate moon landing, the moon lander, like this could be incredible and transformative for education. So this is valid, but you have to balance. And society just takes a couple of years to catch up with these things. So I think you're in actually a very interesting space. I encourage you to experiment and to look at the primary research and try to figure out. UCLA actually has probably the best primary research on mindfulness, meditation, etc. I would encourage you to make it polished, not kooky Santa Monica hippie stuff. Because when it's a kooky hippie Santa Monica stuff, people are not into it. But when you polish it up and you make it like Calm.com did, or different yoga companies, Lululemon, if you polish it and you make it a little bit more classy and less kooky, I think you can get people to adopt it a lot better. It's a good question, actually. Thank you.